The night I died, I wasn't scared. I was angry. Angry that I'd wasted every single day pretending I was living when I was really just existing. Now, before you click away thinking this is just another near-death story, let me stop you right there. What happened to me that night changed everything I thought I knew about life, responsibility, and the lies we tell ourselves. And by the end of this story, you're going to understand why the person you're most angry at might actually be yourself. But first, you need to know how I got there. How a 34-year-old with a decent job, a nice apartment, and what everyone called a comfortable life ended up flat on their back in a hospital bed, realizing they'd been dead long before their heart stopped. My name is Jordan, and 6 months ago, I was a ghost. Not literally, not yet, but I was haunting my own life. I'd wake up at 6 a.m. to an alarm I hated, drag myself to a job that slowly crushed my soul, come home to a silent apartment, scroll through social media watching other people live their dreams, and fall asleep with that familiar ache in my chest asking, is this really it? Every single day, the same routine, the same hollow feeling, the same internal scream that I'd learned to silence with Netflix, takeout, and the comforting lie that things would get better eventually. My sister, Maya, would call me every Sunday. Jordan, when are you going to start living? She'd ask. Where are you going to chase that dream? Write that book? Travel? Do literally anything that makes you feel alive. And every Sunday, I'd give her the same response. I will, Maya. Soon. I'm just not ready yet. Work is crazy right now. I need to save more money. The timing isn't right. The truth? I was terrified. Terrified of failing. Terrified of being seen. Terrified that if I actually tried and it didn't work out, I'd have to face the fact that maybe I wasn't special. Maybe I was just average. So I stayed comfortable, safe, miserable. Then came October 17th. I was driving home from work, mine on autopilot, when a truck ran a red light. I didn't even see it coming. Just a blur of headlights, the sickening crunch of metal, and then darkness. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in my car anymore. I was standing in the middle of the intersection, watching paramedics pull my body from the wreckage. I could see my face, pale, lifeless, blood trickling from my temple. Am I? I couldn't finish the sentence. Not yet, a voice said behind me. I spun around. An elderly woman stood there, dressed simply, with eyes that seemed to hold centuries of wisdom. She wasn't frightening. Actually, she radiated warmth, but something about her presence made my soul shiver. Who are you? I whispered. Someone who's been waiting for you to wake up, she said. You've been asleep for a very long time, Jordan, and now you get to choose. Choose what? She gestured toward my body being loaded into an ambulance. Whether you go back. But before you decide, there's something you need to see. She touched my shoulder, and suddenly we were somewhere else. My apartment, but it wasn't empty. I was there, a version of me, at 50 years old. I looked exhausted, hollow, sitting alone at my kitchen table with a bottle of wine, staring at old photos on my phone. Photos of dreams I'd given up on, places I'd never visited, a book I'd never written. This is where your current path leads, the woman said softly. Not death, something worse, a life unlived. But I'm surviving, I protested weakly. I'm doing fine. Are you? She tilted her head. Tell me, Jordan, when was the last time you felt truly alive? When was the last time you felt joy that wasn't borrowed from someone else's story? I couldn't answer, because I couldn't remember. She waved her hand and the scene shifted. Now I was watching myself at 60, then 70. Each version more bitter, more resentful. Blaming my parents for not setting me up better. Blaming my boss for not promoting me. Blaming the economy, the system, bad luck, everyone and everything except myself. I whispered, the realization hitting like a punch to the gut. Everything you're experiencing is your responsibility, she said, her voice both gentle and firm. Not your fault, but your responsibility. The life you've been living, you projected it. Every excuse, every someday, every moment you chose comfort over courage, that was you. Tears streamed down my face. But it's hard. You don't understand how hard it is to what? She interrupted. To try? To fail? To be uncomfortable? She stepped closer. Jordan, you're already suffering. You've been suffering for years. The only difference is you convince yourself that your current suffering is safer than the suffering that comes from actually living. She showed me another scene. My sister Maya at my funeral. The timeline where I didn't wake up. She was sobbing, holding a journal I'd kept hidden. She always talked about her dreams, Maya said to someone, but she never believed she deserved them. I wish she knew. I wish she knew she was worthy all along. The pain was unbearable. No one is coming to save you, the woman said. Not a soulmate, not a lottery win, not a perfect moment. If you go back, you have to understand this moment right now is the only one you truly control. And every moment after this, you get to choose. Will you keep projecting fear, or will you project the life you actually want? But what if I fail? I choked out. What if I try and I'm not good enough? She smiled sadly. And what if you succeed? What if you're more powerful than you ever imagined? What if the only thing standing between you and your dream life is a story you keep telling yourself about who you are? She placed her hand over my heart. Feel this. Right now, in this moment. Do you feel like you're living your dream? Do you feel wealthy in spirit? Healthy in soul? Happy in truth? I shook my head, sobbing. Then change it, she said simply. Stop pretending. Stop lying to yourself about being content. Pay attention to how you really feel. Your ideal life. Can you feel the excitement of it? The elevated emotions? Because that's the energy you need to match to manifest it. The ambulance siren grew louder. My body was flatlining. It's time to choose, she said. I woke up gasping, chest burning from the defibrillator, doctors hovering over me with shock and relief on their faces. Welcome back, one said. You gave us quite a scare. But I wasn't scared anymore. For the first time in years, I felt awake. That was 6 months ago. I'm not gonna lie and say everything magically became perfect. It didn't. I still have hard days. I still feel fear. But here's what changed. I stopped waiting for permission to live. I quit the job that was killing my spirit. Yes, I took a pay cut. Yes, I had to downsize. But I started writing again. I started creating. I started saying yes to experiences instead of hiding behind someday. I called Maya and apologized for all the years I wasted making excuses. Now we talk every day, and she's watching me build something real. I stopped blaming everyone else in my life and started taking responsibility for it. Not blame, responsibility. There's a difference. And the craziest part? Once I shifted my internal energy, once I stopped projecting fear and started projecting possibility, my external reality began to shift too. Opportunities appeared. Connections formed. Doors opened that I didn't even know existed. So here's what I need you to hear right now, immediately. Your life, Everything you're experiencing, it's your responsibility. Not your fault, but your responsibility. And I know that might sting. It might make you uncomfortable. You might even feel angry at me for saying it. But if you're feeling that way, I need you to ask yourself, why? Because the truth is, you're more powerful than you think. Right now, in this moment, you can choose differently. You can stop pretending you're content when you're screaming inside. You can stop waiting for the perfect moment and realize this the moment. Ask yourself, do I feel like I'm living my dream right now? Do I feel the elevated emotions of my ideal life? If the answer is no, then it's time to change your projection. Increase your vibration. Take responsibility for your internal world and watch your external world transform. I hope this message meets you at the right time. You're doing your best, and that's beautiful. But don't confuse your best with settling. You deserve more. You are more. The question is, will you choose it? Comment below and tell me, what's one thing you're going to stop pretending about today? What's one dream you're going to stop putting off? I will be at the comment section to respond. We'll meet again when our paths align. Until then, remember, you're not waiting to be saved. You're waiting to save yourself. And the time is now.